What's going on, folks? Rick here, back with another video. I'm here to give you my full unbiased review of the Moto X Pure Edition. So first off, I'm going to start with the bad, and then we're going to get into some of the good features of the phone. So let's get into the build quality. So right now, I'm rocking the bumper that Motorola has given me with this phone. It's not bad. It's a cheap plastic bumper, which is more than what most manufacturers give you. So yeah, but let's take a look at the leather back. I decided to go with the leather backed option. Okay, so I don't know if you can see. Let's try to get this focused in a little bit better. I don't know if you could see, but I've only had this phone for about a week, and the leather backing is already getting some scratches on it, as you can see over here, all around here. So it's not really holding up well with the leatherback variant. So you have a few more scratches over here. So the leather is very thin. It feels very frail. It's not like a soft touch leather. It feels very rough to the touch. And this this cross stitching over here, they said it's supposed to help out with scratches and nicks and things of that nature. I've only had this phone for about 4 days. I'm still waiting for my case to come, and I already have tons of scratches on the leather. So the quality of the leather, I don't think it's really up to par. So that would bring me into my next point, being that we're discussing build quality now. Okay, one of the things I've noticed, maybe because I pre-ordered the phone and I have one of the first batches, but one of the things I've noticed was the volume on the speaker is amazing. It's the loudest phone I've ever had with front firing speakers, even louder than the HTC phones with the boom sound or whatever they're labeling it now. However, I did notice an issue when my phone is at full volume. Extremely distorted out of the top speaker only. So this is a known issue. Extremely distorted, crackling, popping sounds. It basically sounds like this saran wrap on top of your speaker. It's the quality is just not there, and that's when I'm making calls, or in addition to that, the using the speakerphone. In addition to that, I did happen to go on the Motorola forums page. I am getting a new unit sent out to me because I'm hoping this is a manufacturer's defect in quality control, that this phone came out with this defect, and not all Motorola phones have this issue. But there's another issue relating to the speaker, and I'm going to give you guys a little test right now. Alright, so I'm going to load up a page on YouTube real quick, just to let you guys know about speaker volume. Hang on 1 second. Alright guys, so I'm loading a page on YouTube. Okay. Okay. Let's lower it a bit.
The 9th generation Honda Civic was a bit lackluster and seemed to be missing some of that mojo Honda compacts are world famous for. Well, for 2016,
I don't know if you guys are hearing that.
Is back, completely redesigned from the ground up. The new model is nothing like the old car.
You pull the volume up all the way, but the volume, the speaker actually, it skips the audio for a second. So when you're turning from portrait to landscape, the audio happens to skip. For me, this is something that's very annoying. I'm forever watching videos on YouTube, and I'm going in and out between videos, and this is a big annoyance. However, when I was on the forums page, if you, let me pause this. When I was on the forum page, when you wind up rotating your phone clockwise as opposed to counterclockwise, it doesn't skip. So let's try that.
Standard. The news under the skin is just as dramatic as the Civic's new look. there will be 2 engines available in regular Civics, a new 2-liter and a new turbocharged 1.5-liter unit. This marks the first time a turbocharged engine has ever been offered in a Honda product.
So again, if we're moving it this way, the audio will continue to skip.
The turbocharged engine will come in EXT, EXL, and Tour.
So when I went on the forums page and for Motorola, they started telling me, because Motorola has true stereo speakers, when you move from, actually no, what they started telling me at first is with stereo speakers, when you move left to right, landscape to portrait mode, that because it's stereo, the channel goes from right to left or left to right, depending on which way you're rotating the phone. And it happens with all stereo speakers. I challenged that because I have an M8 over here. I'm going to give you guys a quick test over here. And I challenged them at Motorola, and they really didn't have much to say in regards to me challenging them on that being bullshit.
10th generation car is to recapture some of the sporty character
So
the
let's
Civic
look.
used to be known for, but was lacking in the last generation.
Boom.
It is 2 inches wider, 1 inch lower, and built on a 1.2 inch longer wheelbase. The new look has a lot of the 2016 Accord up front.
So as you can notice, there's no skipping whatsoever. And what they're trying to tell me, once I challenge Motorola with that, what they're trying to tell me in that regard is that HTC lets the audio, once you rotate it to the side, come out the wrong speaker, and they don't do that, and they're willing to sacrifice that brief interruption in audio to provide complete realistic stereo sound. To me, that's more of an annoyance and a bad design flaw, and I think they're just making excuses. So anyone getting the Moto X, I just want to let you guys know that's going to be one of the issues I have with the phone, or you might have with the phone. So moving forward from that, one of the other bad things that I really didn't like about the phone, it's try to get out of YouTube. One of the other things I really didn't like about the phone was the Motorola camera app. So let's pull it up. All right, so this is the Motorola camera app over here, and basically it's more of like a stock old school Android camera app. You pull this to the side. It's very Spartan. It's very limited in what you can do in regards to settings and things of that nature. But being that this is a near stock Android phone, I decided to go with the Google camera app, the updated Google camera app, which has a lot more features than the Motorola. It has photosphere, panorama, lens blur, your camera, video. And let me get back into the Moto camera app real quick. There was something here I did not like about it. So one thing I didn't like about the Moto camera app is, it's the wrong app. Here it is. So one of the things I don't like about the Moto camera app is you tap the screen to take the picture. Now with most phones, you tap the screen to focus. Now this claims it has some kind of autofocus where you don't even have to do it. But if I see something and it's not focused in enough the way I would like it, I like the ability to tap the screen like on the stock Android app, and just like on virtually every camera, and it's going to go ahead and start focusing in and have a separate camera button. So that's one thing I really did not like. And then in regards to customization, all the fun little tricks you have in the settings, so the stock camera app for Android happens to be better than Motorola. Again, when I was on the Motorola website, I spoke to some of their people, and they claim that the other camera apps on most other phones are very clunky, and we actually like it that it's very sparse and Spartan the way it is. So that was their excuse about their camera app. And then also, I'm coming from Galaxy S6. TouchWiz is a very bloated, heavy skin on top of Android. But I would like to see, just like kind of like OnePlus did, some more customization to, like the menu bar. This phone doesn't even have designated silent, vibrate, and loud or normal speaker volume setting over here. You actually have to go into the volume rocker, and that's the only way you could either turn up or turn down the phone into a vibrate mode, unless you want to go into the settings. So that was a bit of an annoyance. I think they could have added a few more tweaks to their interface, and it would have been a lot better. Right now I'm running Nova Launcher on my phone, so this is not what the stock interface is for this phone. This is actually some of my personal tweaks to it, which I think makes the phone look and feel a lot better than what it is. But it is virtually stock Android. For some people, they may love that. For me, I like a light skin with a near stock Android feel to it, and this is just not it. It's just basically stock Android with some Motorola Assist features, and that's basically it. And then finally, now that we're on the topic of camera, I did happen to do some comparisons with some other phones, with the Galaxy S6, the OnePlus 2, and some other devices out there in regards to camera quality. And I have to admit, the Moto X Pure's camera is very good. It's not best in class, but it's up there. It takes very nice shots. However, low light photos is still a major issue for Motorola. The photos in low light are very bad. They're very grainy. I'll put some shots up here in the video so you guys could see what I'm talking about. And I think that was one of the major complaints that everyone had with Motorola moving forward. So it's not just about adding more megapixels. It's about the quality of the sensor. In low light, this phone does not shine. In addition to that, one of the biggest gripes on the older Moto X was the front-facing camera, how bad it was. So we have the same megapixel count, but we added a front flash. And I think instead of just upgrading the camera, they added a front-facing flash to support those low-light issues. So now you have a flash on this camera, so for your selfies and all that. And I think that just wasn't enough. But all in all, you guys are getting a close to flagship phone here for not the flagship price. Now, take for instance, this is an M8. On launch, it probably cost you around $600 to $650, and some of the Samsung phones cost you in excess of almost $1,000. So for $399 stock with a 16 gig variant, this is a 32, but for $399 with the base back, which is one of those rubber silicone backs, you could get a close to flagship phone. You have these motion gestures you have here. As you can see, it's not working for me now. Let's try another one. You chop the phone to the side and the camera goes on. You flip it left to right, the camera goes on as well. You flip it again and the front facing camera goes on. So there's a lot of cool features on here, which I like about the phone. Obviously, the front-facing speakers is a great addition. Let's see what happens. I'll make an update video in regards to my second phone coming, and hopefully I won't have those speaker issues. But for $399 to have a Quad HD display, 21 megapixel camera, a lot of customization options. Like I said, I wouldn't really opt for the leather back version. I'm actually swapping it out for a silicone rubber version, so I'll make another video in regards to that as well. Durability versus style, I guess. And for $399, you really can't go wrong. You have the micro SD expansion on top. Micro SD expansion, the unlimited customizations you have with Moto Maker, a 21 megapixel camera, which isn't the best, but it's pretty good. The front-facing speakers that are loudest in class, and a near stock Android build, so you could kind of make this phone your own. So all in all, I think it's a good phone. $399 is an amazing price for this phone unlocked. You don't have to deal with none of the carrier bloatware and all that. But if you're looking for more customization, if you're looking for, you know, a skinned phone that has everything built in and you don't have to go into the app store and start downloading different apps to your taste, then this is not the phone for you. But overall, I think it's a very good phone. I'm going to stick with this phone for a while, and that's about it. So once again, the goods about it: loudspeaker, the gestures, the display. Let's not forget the turbo charging, which is the fastest charge time of any phone out there right now, and the customization. So with that, you can't go wrong for $399. So let me know what you guys think of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.